2025 PSE Drive NXT. What'd they change? Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here at PodiumArcher.com, looking at the 2025 PSE Drive NXT for the second time because my lovely daughter forgot to turn the audio on. So we actually have all this already figured out. We'll just go back and double verify it. But we made it about 3/4 of the way through and realized the audio mics weren't on. It was going to sound like crap and all you would turn it off. So here we are again. What's different? Well, they've got rear mount integration. I'm not sure if that's different from the predecessor. They redesigned the cam module system because supposedly there was some issue with the module or the cable coming past the module edge, and that's been resolved. It's always been a really stable, good overall bow, hard to beat for the money, and if you look at its stats, and you'll realize that, 330 foot a second, 24 to 31 inch draw length adjustability, 80% let off, 4.4 pounds, all great numbers. We're gonna go ahead and re-verify what's on here, but let's go through it. Okay, let's start with axle to axle length. Looks like about 33 1/4, 33 1/4. Riser length. 27 7/8. Yep, 27 7/8. Brace height, 7 inches. Turn this way because I can't use that little guy for that. Back of the string, 7 inches. Reflex. This is one of the really big perks of this bow is it has very little reflex, which there's not a lot of PSEs that do that. How do I get this positioned right? I had it right last time. Let me do it like this. This is being awkward. Yep, 1/2 inch, that's right. What else we still need to measure? Well, we know, yeah, well, that's off the shot. We got a draw length of 30 1/8, but we'll put that back in there and weight out right at 4 point, well, I didn't write it down. So hey, we redo it anyway, there we go. Okay, so that's measuring out at 4.6, 4.5, 4.5, 4.4. So yeah, it's 4.4 or possibly lighter if you take the Euro rest off of it. So that's a good number. Load out point was 34, riser length 27 7/8. Let's check the actual draw length. And yep, 30 1/8, right there, just like we found last time. Okay, load out point, we can just triple verify it, I guess. It's 34. Yep, load out point 34, and that is one of the first bows we've tested that actually has a load out point longer than its axle to axle, which basically means it's going to feel like a longer bow, which is a really cool feature, to be honest. It makes a bow feel more comfortable, especially when you're dealing with shorter bows and longer draw lengths. So huge plus on that. It measures better than the other stuff did. So over the next 3 arrows, I can't really say anything because it's too loud for the decibel meter. So I'm going to be kind of quiet. I'll whisper like it's hunting season. So this is 70 pounds, 30 inches, 350 grains. .323, first one didn't read. .320, 324. So we'll keep that at 323. .322, 320. So I think we're going to go 3. And keep in mind, we already had everything measured. So I was just duplicating what we measured. All right. So now I can talk like normal. We're running 450s. This bow has always been a really appealing bow to me personally. It, like I said, doesn't have a lot of reflex. It's relatively straight riser, decent length, decent specs. For the money, it's really a very nice bow. $284, $292, so that's $287. $284, $280, $290, so $286, $287, call it $286. And that one. $288, $289, so we'll call it $287? Yeah, $287, now we'll shoot some 650s. All right, on to the adult arrows, the 650 grain, bone breaking capable arrows. I'm sure he doesn't realize we're filming. All that noise. Hope you guys can't hear that. It's a skid steer running out there. $238, $239. $238, $239. I'll give you $239 average. $239, $239. All right, we'll set this at 28, and then we'll get you a speed at 440 at 28.
This is giving what Nana said, what if we do wrong? That's how I feel right now.
Okay. All right, so now we are at 28 inches, 70 pounds, 450s. Yeah, the draw cycle on this bow is not even nearly similar to the EC2 cam. 259, 239.8, that's weird. Willing to bet that bottom one's not right. It's time to delete all the old information out of there and start over. 259. 264, 261, so 262, 259. We'll call it 261. One more. 261, 261. $258, $263. $261 it is. All right, let's go total it up. Okay, we got $261 at 28 inches, which is 26 feet slower than what we got at 30 with the same arrow, which is a 13 foot per second difference per inch. And that is typically what you will find in a less efficient cam, which usually when you step down in price, you're not getting quite the efficiency. But you can take that number up to any of those velocities and change it back and forth to give you an idea of what it's really going to do. So let's see what we get here. Speed, 322. That's a 320, and you're going to get a 9 for speed. Features. You don't have any. Once again, we're dealing with a price point bow. So if you don't have, there's 2 stabilizer holes. Outside of that, I can't really give you any more than that. Tunability, it's still running an old spacer shim system, which anymore is archaic. Yes, you can twist an individual yoke to adjust your wheeling on one of these skinnier yokes, or you can move spacers. So because you technically have 2 things, I'm going to give your tunability a 5. Nothing higher. Integration, you got integrated rest, and that's it. Give you a 3. Honesty. Axle to axle is supposed to be 33 or 33 1/4. The brace height spot on, weight spot on, draw length 1/8 long. That's pretty honest. Your foot per second is 8 feet slow. I think honesty is probably going to be about 11. Feel. This bow does not feel nearly as nice as a Mach 33 or a Decree. And I'm just comparing PSE to PSE here. Although it doesn't feel bad. The cycle is more a little herky-jerky, like you can feel it when you're drawing it. It doesn't break over quite all that smooth. But it is a good functional overall feeling bow. So I'm going to hit you right down the middle of the road at a 5. Design and forgiveness. This bow should be ridiculously forgiving. It is a relatively basic design. There's not an immense amount of cuts. There's not an immense amount of machine work in here, and that's part of what you're saving in your price. But this bow has a 1/2 inch of reflex, relatively fast. Design forgiveness, I'm going to give you a 10 here. Value. Getting a lot of bow for $7.99. When you look at the speed differences, you got a 7-inch brace height bow at 322. You're not giving up speed here for what it is. Maybe it's 5 foot a second difference. This is a high value. I'll give you a 4 on value. Like, this bow is very worth the money. You know, there could always be better, so I'm not going to give you a 5. But sound-wise, it actually measured lower than the other PSE we tested. It was a 78. So I'm probably giving you I'm going to give you a 4 on sound because I gave it a 3. Decibels are kind of tricky in how they measure. You're not going to see a massive difference bow to bow. You're really not. What you're going to see is 1/2 decibel or a decibel, because 1 decibel is double the noise of the previous decibel. So it's very weird in how they measure that, but that's how decibels measure. So there's not going to be a huge difference between them. So when you see one that ranks in like the 80s versus a 78, that's a loud bow, like really loud. You hit one that hits like 75, 76, that's probably a dead silent bow in comparison. Appeal and quality. This bow lacks like sex appeal or any of that sort of thing. It's just not, it's basic, but it's price point, right? That's what you're getting. Which, you know, less efficient cams, typically less quality. I'm going to give you a 2 down there. It's not a horrible bow by any means, but you're not going to find something like super slick and awesome at an affordable price point. It doesn't make sense. You'd be more expensive than that. So, all right, let's see what we get. 11, 16, 17, 19, 30, 40, 45, 49, 53, 55. Here's a 55 for your final score. Comment down below on what you think about this scoring system and how awesome or stupid or whatever, or how biased I am. I get that a lot. I get no money from nobody. I don't take any from anyone. So this is legitimately what I think and what I find. Period. I know there's a whole bunch of people that think I shoot for Matthews or something like that, but I don't take any money from anybody, period. None. So, and I would like to see other people that do this stand up and say they don't take money, because they won't, because they're all taking something, but not me. This is just what I think and what I find. Hopefully it helps you make decisions sooner, quicker, so you can pick out a better bow for you and get using it more often and practicing more. As John Dudley would tell you, just shoot your bow. Thanks for watching.